Good afternoon and welcome to Leeds Hacks News. I'm Oliver Jackson Bolton.
And I'm Laura Goen. Here are today's headlines.
Reclaiming the night. Over 100 people march to demand safer streets for women.
And lighting up the night, Farsley gets all festive with their Christmas light parade.
Hundreds of people march through Leeds in calls for more to be done to protect women on the city streets.
The Reclaim the Night protest has been held for 47 years. Daisy Short has our top story.
Over 100 women and allies reclaimed the streets of Leeds for the 47th time.
So in 1977, we organised the first Reclaim the Night march, or set of marches, in Leeds and around the country. We thought the whole point was to show that women could go out and about without fear.
This march was driven by the serial murders of Peter Sutcliffe in Leeds in the 1970s. Police advised women to change their behaviour rather than tackling the issue of male violence against women.
For too long, the burden of safety has been placed on women, expecting us to change our behaviour and restrict our movements. And I'm just not standing for it anymore, to be honest. 4, 6, 8, no more violence, no more rape. 2, 4, 6, 8, no more violence, no more rape.
I think events like these are so important, definitely, coming out, people raising their voices, being an activist. But I also think it's really important to support people in ways we put a real emphasis on welfare, so having also smaller events where we can support victims and survivors.
And whilst this is a women's march, male allies are newly being welcomed to join along too.
Too many people kind of put in the headphones and ignore the conversation and don't get involved, and it's a big issue and we need everyone involved in the conversation to get anywhere with it.
Surveys show that 71% of women have reported being sexually harassed in public, which is why movements such as this are so important.
A paint shop with a difference is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year.
Seagulls Ruse takes used paint and recycles it to save it from going to landfill. Ben Dinning has the story.
Seagulls Reuse is a paint shop in Holbeck, recycling products that would have otherwise gone to waste.
40,000 tonnes of paint has been saved from landfill over the last 10-20 years. So think about it like that, it's just you're saving the planet by using recycling paint. There's nothing wrong with recycled paint, it just means it's not being used anymore, it means it's bad.
Customers at the shop are finding ways to repurpose old paint in order to save the environment and their pockets.
I was kind of horrified how much goes to landfill, and I thought it was really cool that all this paint would have gone in the bin and we're going to use it to paint our house instead of buying new.
Fine art students at Leeds Beckett University took part in a large-scale mural painting to celebrate the shop's 20th anniversary.
I think we did well. I mean, we had a week on it and it was huge. It's quite tiring painting something big as well. Like, it's literally physically tiring. I forgot how tiring it is. Paint, aren't they? They collect it from all over. That is obviously a good thing. And also you can get so many cheap stuff from there. Like, I got loads of stuff when we were working there, just picked it up, as I was passing by or whatever. Floor varnishes, all sorts of stuff. And it is peanuts, to be honest, compared to your ordinary shops.
Seagulls are hoping for another 20 years of supplying Leeds with recycled paint.
There you go, that's your new paint. Like I said, just because it's recycled doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's been no longer wanted, it's been donated.
A second-hand clothes shop has moved onto the high street in Leeds to challenge the likes of Harvey Nicks.
The vintage store has been open for 2 weeks and is already becoming a staple in the city centre shopping. Molly Cook reports.
North South Vintage has opened its flagship store in Leeds city centre. The vintage shop has expanded from its humble roots in Hyde Park. Since its opening 3 weeks ago, the demand has skyrocketed. Manager Josie Fox comments on the success.
A little bit of a rushed opening because we had so much demand for us to open our doors. And when you're opening up a store, whether it's vintage or just, normal high street, there's so many more details that you forget.
With the new store opening, it does beg the question on the effect it may have on the Hyde Park store. I spoke to manager John Sexton on the potential losses.
I do not think they'll take business from here, only because it's a different crowd, different people, whereas this is a bit more local to students. And the one in city centre is catered to the people who live in the city centre.
I went down to the new store to find out what customers think about the new flagship store.
A vintage shop tend to be like 40, 45, so I would definitely spend my money here.
Good diversity of things. I really like the shirts here, I really like the jackets.
Yeah, it's busy on the weekends. Through the week it's a bit quieter, but
Just chilled.
It's safe to say, vintage is well and truly back.
As we enter the festive period, spare a thought for the children who might be going without presents this Christmas.
Well, one tattooist has come up with an ingenious idea offering tats for toys. He will ink you if you donate a present for a child in need. Saffron Carroll went to check it out.
The Ink Kings Tattoo Studio hosted their biannual Tats for Toys event, where customers exchanged toys for tattoos. Attendees queued from as early as 6:30 a.m, toys in hand, ready to brave the heavy downpours.
I've got 6 tattoos, and all of them have been from Ink Kings from the tattoo surprise events. I'm cold and I'm wet, but I'm here to get tattoos for a good cause, which I'm quite excited for.
There's nowhere else that does this though, is there? So it gives to charity and gives tattoos away for it.
All 7 artists who volunteered at the event did so off their own backs, by way of giving back to the community.
The first Tats for Toys we did, we worked until about 2 o'clock in the morning. We just do this for free, and we're absolutely fine with that.
Each year this event continues to grow in popularity, and this year was no different, with over 100 people in attendance and around 300 tattoos given on the day.
We launch all our flash sheets a couple of weeks in advance, so we've got like hundreds of designs to choose from. You can get 3 maximum per person, or you can get a piercing instead. So we ask that you exchange 1 toy for 1 tattoo.
All toys collected at the event will be donated to the Salvation Army and passed on to families in need. With Christmas presenting a financially challenging time for many, initiatives like this help to bring the Christmas buzz to families who need it most.
Staying with toys, and a toy maker who creates teddy bears for children with health issues has today shipped his 10,000th gift.
Nick Hardman used to make protective equipment for hospitals, but he's now turned his Leeds kitchen into a toy factory. Sophie Nicholson reports.
3D Toy Shop in Leeds is well on its way to shipping its 10,000th teddy on its quest to become a charity.
I started trying to sell toys that I'd make for my kids on Facebook, and that's where the toy shop that makes toys that don't exist came from. And then I got requested to make a teddy with a brain implant for a little one in Scotland with a shunt valve, and then I read up about them, and they have more brain surgeries than birthdays, and it just broke my heart. So I made that toy, I shared it, that went viral, and then I had over 100 teddies with a brain implant requested. But on the back of that, I got, can I make a teddy with a pacemaker, can I make a teddy with a tracheostomy, and I made them all, shipped them all, they all went viral, and never been able to keep up.
Nick has helped many children suffering from illnesses, and his personalised teddies make each child's anxiety disappear. It kick-started with Raki with a trachea, and now they even do brain surgery.
I worked for the NHS for 20 years, and I just wanted to put something back to the community, saying what better thing to do than do things for sick children.
His toy shop went viral when he made Lewis Capaldi a bear with Tourette's, and his background in mechanics makes projects like Lewis's much easier. He makes prosthetic limbs, chemo bears, and even rare disorders he can now invent bears for.
Got a little sparkly love heart underneath. She's got a brain tumour, so there is a little brain tumour on the back there, and she has a special helmet that will record her brain waves if she's having some extra radiotherapy or proton therapy.
They're my inventions. I created all them little toys, and they are changing lives. And I just want to help as many kids as possible.
And some people call him a superhero.
With Christmas coming up, the lights are going on all around Leeds.
And this year's Christmas light switch on in Farsley included a parade of lanterns created by local school children. Jake Grattage reports.
A parade of colourful creatures floated through town to welcome in the festive season. The lanterns were created with help from local businesses who partnered with schools, colleges and youth groups.
So we've been working with the children in the public who've been coming to these workshops to make these headdresses. We've worked at the schools as well. So everything's made with sustainable materials. So what we try to do with the Lantern Parade is make everything out of all things that you can either find in scrap or is sustainable.
The annual light switch on attracts hundreds of visitors, and the Lantern Festival helped to bring in the crowds this year.
But the parade this time, we've moved with the times, involved more people, and there's going to be a super lantern display. But when you're standing at the edge of town, looking up Town Street, you see all the people. It looks as though it's a lot more, but it's still a huge crowd.
Visitors on the street and parade participants all enjoyed the night.
I think what they've done with it and trimmed it up and everything, it looks really good. But we had fun making it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about it is the kids are out. Hopefully they're going to enjoy it. It'll be a good night.
It's really nice seeing like all the community together and all the different like food and drink people that are out and stuff. It's really good.
It seems the Farsley Lanterns have ushered in the Christmas spirit.
I'm from Farsley to Morley, and the town is now aglow after its own Christmas light switch on.
I went down to an evening of festivities and Christmas fun.
Is everybody feeling festive?
The annual Morley Christmas light switch on got the festive season off to a great start over the weekend. Crowds gathered to visit food and gift stalls and watch a variety of live music performances.
A Christmas switch on like this for Morley is brilliant for helping to elevate a small town, bringing people out of the homes, great festive activity for children.
The switch on gives small businesses an opportunity to interact with the general public and promote their services to a wider audience.
It gives them the space to showcase their products that they do. We've got some new businesses in Morley that we've just been trying to promote as well.
There was a variety of stalls and activities for all ages to enjoy. The bake stall and all fired up pizza proved particularly popular.
It's a cake business, so I started doing this, making cakes 4 years ago, and then I started doing market stalls a year ago.
Oh, really important. I think it attracts a lot of people to the town, so for the established small businesses, it's bringing custom to them, and it's important for us as well, being a small business, and a local business. It gets our name out there.
Everyone seemed to be getting into the Christmas spirit, and the light switch on proved to be a big success. The town of Morley looks to be a hub for festive fun this season, with more events throughout December. Oliver Jackson Bolton, Leeds Hacks.
We're saying different numbers.
That's all we have time for today.
What?
I'm Oliver Jackson Bolton.
And I'm Lara Gowen. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. You said about 10 different numbers.